everybody. This is Crystal Marie from Crystal Marie Events, and fear doesn't go with my outfit. Welcome to the quarantine series, okay? So this is definitely different from how I usually do my podcast. But this whole thing has showed us that we just need to kind of pivot and just kind of do some couple things. So I definitely wanted to still record a few podcasts. So I just named it the quarantine series. So we are going to just use Zoom for right now and just rock out. So I hope everybody is doing fine. I hope everybody is trying to keep inspired or stay inspired. This is why I'm actually doing this quarantine series, so I can keep myself motivated and inspired. Because as an event planner, that is a small business and runs her own business, this is a trying time for me. So I am just remaining hopeful, prayerful, and all that good stuff. So guys, you know how to find me, thecrystalmarie.com. Thank you so much. People are really supporting the brand by buying t-shirts and responding to my videos and everything. So I'm so excited. Thank you. You guys know how to get to the store, bit.ly slash fear doesn't go with my outfit. And we are going to get started, guys. This is my first guest for the quarantine series. I am going to let her introduce herself, but this topic is called Fear Doesn't Go With My Future. I love it. Hey, girl, hey.
Hi, how are you? So
Good.
I'm Diahnisample. I'm 21 years old. Inspirational
to be
speaker,
21.
author. Oh my goodness. It feels it's like you think that once you turn 21 everything is just like, oh my God, it's just like a whole shift. But sometimes I'm like, nothing's really changed. But I guess that's just with the work, still learning how to be 21. So I'm like, it's a lot coming with it.
So at the age of 21, you are a speaker. Run down your whole thing.
Yes, speaker, author, business consultant, resume writer, a lot of things. College student, a lot. Right now, like literally combined a whole bunch of topics, a whole bunch of different labels at once.
So, which is good because 21, you're trying to figure everything out. So you're tapping into all of these gifts, right? You're tapping into all of these gifts. And right now, what is your favorite one? Like, if you could pick all of the ones that you're doing, what is your favorite?
Inspirational speaker.
The speaking, which I love because I'm a speaker as well. So I love just being able to kind of share my story, inspire, ignite people and hold people accountable, and just be fearless in that. So let's talk about your story. Let's tap into your story a little bit because your topic is fear doesn't go with my future, which I totally love. So you are living your best life a little bit better than some of the 21-year-olds. Because at 21, you be confused. You don't know what's going on. You trying to figure out, sometimes in the 30s, you're trying to figure out what do you want to be when you grow up. So, so let's tap into your story a little bit.
So basically, I'm 3 years in as an entrepreneur all around. I started when I was 18, and it started after I graduated high school. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. Like, I knew that I wanted to inspire people, but I thought that my degree would be the only thing that would allow me to do that. So when I graduated high school, I'm like, I'll go to school for 4 years, get my degree, and then I'll start my dreams. I'll start my journey. That was the mindset. After I graduated high school, things literally took a whole 360 shift. I didn't go to college that first semester. I graduated in 2017. So I got out in June, but I didn't go to college in September like everyone else did my age. It was a real risky decision to make because my family and everyone around me wanted me to be in college, and I had the grades for it. I got a couple of scholarships for it, but honestly, it just wasn't enough for the school that I was trying to go to, which was Georgia State. Now, I live in New York. So I was an out-of-state student. And honestly, I did not want to be a student in college that struggled. And, everybody, I know college is a time where you find out, you figure out yourself, you go through ups and downs. But again, I did not feel like I should have been broke in college. I did not feel like I should have went to college literally pulling out my last dollar, my parents' last dollar, just to say I go to this institution.
So you didn't want to waver to go to another institution. You had your eyes set on Georgia State. That's where I want to go. This is what I want to do. So that's what you had your heart set on, right?
That's where my heart was set on.
Okay.
Even though I got accepted into almost like 8 colleges altogether, my heart for some reason was set on Georgia State. And it didn't work out for me. So what I did was I, kind of took that fear of upsetting my family and upsetting my parents, and I went against the grain, and I came back to New York without them knowing.
Oh, wow. So you just kind of like, hey, you just popped up at the house one day.
Yeah. The thing is, they were in Georgia.
Got you. Okay.
So I came back to New York by myself.
Okay.
And I didn't go. I stalled until the last day before it was time to start school in Georgia, which was August, and I did not go.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was risky because that's like going against your parents in every level at 18 years
right.
old. But something told my heart that was the right thing to do. And I did it. And that's how I ended up becoming an entrepreneur. That time that I had off, I started doing dance classes on the weekends in my basement, and I started teaching young girls how to do dance, just different dancing, and just giving the girls something to do on Saturdays. And I started making money from that. Then I started writing resumes, and I started editing essays for my peers. And when I say I was making more money than I've seen at that age, I was like, oh my God, my eyes were like, wow, people really are interested in what I'm doing. People really want a resume. People really want to pay for this. People really want to, support me. And from then, it's never been the same. It's never been the same.
I absolutely love it. Like, I absolutely love it. So this, because our parents only teach us what they know. I know my parents was all hung like, you go to college, you get this, you get a good degree, you get this good job, blah, 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 taking out these loans, da, da, da. Like, you know what I mean? And it was just like, so that's how we were sold, so entrepreneurship was never really kind of, a possibility at that point or talked about, even though I had an aunt who owned a daycare, even though I had like another aunt who opened up her own practice, it was still not really specifically talked about in my house as far as like, hey, there's another option versus college. You know what I mean? So the fact that you were like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I mean, I love it. Like I totally. So you started tapping, and that's the thing. We are always born like with these skills, or God gives us like these skills and these ideas and things that come in our head. And it seems like you tapped and recognized that early, where you were like, hey, I have the gift of dance. I know how to teach, or instruct dance. That's something that I can pull in some money. Resume writing, I know how to do that, even though, I just graduated from high school not too long ago. I know how to do resumes or whatnot. So you started tapping into your gifts to bring you profit, which is amazing. So where were your parents? I want to know, like, what did your parents say? Like, how did they feel?
At first, it was just this mindset of, like, you're going against us, you're disrespectful, a lot of things of that nature. And then it became we understand, because we did struggle in a way, and we never wanted you to struggle. So it was kind of it came around to an understanding. It was kind of like, you're not trying. We either going to do this together, or I'm just going to have to do this alone. So it kind of became are you with me or you're not? Either way, I'm going to keep going. But, it'd be nice if you're with me, but I can't change your mind if you're not. And they both got on board quicker than I expected. and
Perfect.
they understood, and then we moved on from there.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, so when did you start the journey of like speaking and writing? Like, when did that come into fruition?
So speaking speaking was literally something that started before I graduated high school. Started speaking when I was 11th grade. I was
Okay.
17, and I joined a program called Dynamic Speakers, which is like a competition for Black History Month, where youth speakers come together. We memorize pieces,
Nice.
and from like someone who who's a part of Black History Month, who maybe wrote a poem or a story or article. We memorize them, and then we go on stage and we perform, and we get selected first, second, and third.
Okay.
Literally, the first competition, I probably had 3 weeks to prepare before the show because I joined the program late. And out of everyone in the program, I chose a piece that was 11 minutes long, when usually everybody only chooses a piece that's 5 minutes at the max. I chose one that was 11. Don't know why, but I had to.
Cause you extra. Look.
And I started just memorizing and going to the practices and memorizing. It was 3 weeks before the competition. I got on the stage, did my part, and I won second place.
Wow, that's amazing.
After that, I was like, I'm pretty good at this. Like, I'm good at this. Like, wait a minute. Like, I'm always giving advice to my friends, and I'm always talking. I got on this stage 3 weeks before the show in front of these professional journalists and communication major professors, and I got second place. Like, I'm actually good. And then the next year, my senior year, I did the competition again.
Okay.
And I won first place. And after that, I was like, this is me. This is me. I could do this for the rest of my life. Like,
I
love
love it. I
I
love
love
it.
this. I'm like, I love this. Like, this is everything. Like, I got so much just like adrenaline, I guess what they call it.
Yeah,
When you're on the
I can
stage, and
see. Like even you
and that
talking about it. Yeah, like even you talking about it, like I can tell like that's something that you love doing, and it's
yeah,
just eye-opening, breathtaking, and just I'm just such in awe because you're 21. Like the fact that you
yeah,
recognize and tapping into your gifts this early is
yeah.
amazing. So by the time you get my age, you gonna listen hot like fire. You hear me? So it's so I think this is inspiring for younger people are just who's trying to figure out if you take the risk a little bit, if your eyes is set or
Right,
focused on something else that might not be the norm, quote unquote, that's okay. Like I
right.
feel like 21 is when you want to make those risks, and because it
Those moves,
right,
exactly.
right. So if you bump your head a little bit, it's not as hard as you're hitting it when you're 40. You know what I mean? Or when you're 30,
Exactly,
or when you're
exactly.
80, whatever. So the
Exactly.
fact that you are just kind of pushing that you pushed past that is amazing. So how did the book come? How did the book come about? What's the title of the book and what is it about?
So this is my second book.
Okay.
My second book. My first book is an ebook that literally I didn't even take as serious as it became when I put it out there. I
Yeah.
was just like, I want to bring a whole bunch of young entrepreneurs together, and I want them to kind of tell their story of how they've done tips and tools to get in their business field. So I pulled 3 young men together and 5 young women, and I was like, can y'all just write me a little piece up about your story, and I can put it together. That book was called Take a Risk on Yourself.
I
It's an
love
ebook.
it.
It's completely digital. It's an ebook. And I think that's just kind of my slogan, because I'm always saying I took a risk on myself. Take
Yeah.
a risk on yourself. So
Hmm.
that was an ebook that was just completely like me kind of telling you the background story of college and everything. That's all in there.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
gave a lot of those copies away for free to my peers, because
Hmm.
I just wanted to hear the feedback that they got from getting the book from me.
I love it. So where can
Now,
people find that book?
on my website, which is www.diahnisample.com.
Okay.
Um, And also, I'm having a webinar in about 2 weeks where I'm going to give away a whole bunch of copies, because I just feel like that's just the kind of story that I want everybody to just read and get some encouragement, especially during the quarantine.
I love that. So when we
So,
post this, I'm going to put all your information so people can
okay,
follow you, and then they can see kind of you talking about the webinar and stuff like that.
okay,
So that was the first book, which is what the Crystal Marie brand is all about. Fear doesn't go in my outfit.
here,
Taking those risks,
right,
taking those fearless risks. So that's what you did.
right,
And inspiring and assisting people on your journey, because that's the whole point. That's
yes,
why we go through
yes,
things, that we go through, because we're supposed to help somebody else in their journey. So that was
yes,
the first book. So what's the
that's the
second
first
book
book.
about?
Now, the second book is deep. The second book is called Perfectly Imperfect.
Okay.
And this one is on Amazon. I'm
Okay.
officially a self-published author on Amazon.
Hey, congrats.
This one is about my insecurities as a young woman. It's
Mm-hmm.
about how I was jealous of other young women. It's
Mm.
about how I didn't know my worth in
Mm-hmm.
relationships through high school. It's about
Mm-hmm.
how I literally had to look in the mirror and say, "You're the problem. You need to fix it."
I love
It's
it.
about
Mm.
how 6 months ago I wasn't on Instagram for about 5 months because I had a public breakdown with another young woman. Like, I was screaming at her, shouting at her, and I was very, very down,
Mm-hmm.
insecure. And from that moment on, I said, you have to heal and get yourself together. You can no longer be an inspirational speaker and inspiration to young women about women empowerment until you actually be the example.
I love that you identify, because it's so easy to be like, oh, somebody else is the problem and they did this to me and
Oh
blah blah
yeah.
blah, without taking accountability of self, right?
Oh
Because a
yes.
lot of us do that. And I always say, like, let me focus on me first. Like, what did
Yes.
how did I contribute to this? And then when you
Exactly.
say breakdown, was it just all this stuff just kind of just put you in that place, or was it just that specific situation with the other young lady, or
It was
was it?
feeling like I was in a competition with her. And
Mm-hmm.
because I was in a competition with her, I used my own insecurities to feed off of why I didn't like her.
Got it, got
And
it.
that day showed how insecure I really was.
Right, right.
So, and it was in a public store, like a store that people go into every day. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what made it more like a wake up call. Like, you need to wake up and realize, like, you're not only losing yourself, but you're tearing someone else down in the process.
So when you said you got help, what type of help? Was it therapy? Was it you writing? Was
Um,
it?
it was finishing the book. It
Mm-hmm.
was going to therapy. It was getting off of social media for months. It
Mm-hmm.
was loving myself in another way, like literally going out and buying myself things that made me feel confident and comfortable again. It was
Sure. Yeah.
meditating. It was not being sexually active. It was a lot of things in one. Like, it wasn't just one thing. Like,
I
I
love
needed to
it.
pull a lot of things together
It was a
to
whole
really be ready.
360. You did
Oh
this
yeah.
whole self
Yes.
reflection. I love it. I
Yes.
love it. I love that. And obviously what birthed from that fear of just kind of not being accepted, not being comfortable in your own skin, not feeling valued in relationships, or just, overall. What came
Yeah.
from that was the book, was more motivational speaking, and was a story that you could share with other people while you're speaking, or other young people that might experience the same thing. So that is amazing. That's amazing. I absolutely love it. I'm such in awe of you. I love
Thank
this. So how can
you.
people
Thank you.
get in contact with you? So Instagram.
Instagram and Facebook
Okay. And what
mainly.
what is your
I'm only on those two social medias.
okay, and what's your name on Instagram and Facebook again? So people know.
Diahni Sample, my name. Diahni Sample at Diahni Sample
Okay.
for both.
Okay. And
Hmm.
then your book titles again, which one is on Amazon? Because people need to buy that one.
Okay, so Perfectly Imperfect is on Amazon.
Okay. Okay. And then the
And Take a
one
Risk on Yourself is
on your website.
literally on my social media. Yes, on my website. But like I said, like honestly, anyone can get that one. Like you can DM me and say, hey, can I get a copy? And I'm like, yeah, here you go. I'll send it
I
to you.
love that because some people really might need to hear that story. Again, anybody's that kind of coming out of high school or actually that's a good read for right now. While everybody's quarantined and
Yes.
chilling, that would be something. So
Yes.
they can just DM you on IG or Facebook and get that book. Guys,
Yes.
make sure you follow her. She's going to have the work, she's going to have a workshop or things going on where you can
Yes.
get the book for the free 99, which I appreciate, but
Yes.
also check out her other book where you can purchase on Amazon. So I'll have all of this stuff when I post this. Thank you so much, hon. This was great. I'm glad
Thank you for having
people,
me.
I absolutely love your story. 21 years old, but kicking butt like she 40. I love it. So definitely tune in, guys. Like I said, you guys know where I am, thecrystalmarie.com. Shop the Fearlessly Fly store. I got some new merch in there coming. And this is the quarantine series. I call it Wear Your Wardrobe at Home because we working from
Yes.
home wardrobe. So I hope you guys got on your t-shirts, your sweatshirts, your hoodies, all of that stuff, your scullies, whatever. So guys, thank you for tuning in, and we'll have a couple more from the quarantine series. Fear Doesn't Go with My Outfit podcast. Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.